Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. A devastating injury blow for Jorge Martín. Sports medicine expert Dr. Carlos de la Vega warns that the reigning MotoGP champion could be out for months following surgery on a complex wrist and heel fracture. With Martín already missing the season opener in Thailand, doubts now extend to the American rounds. Yamaha is taking a bold step forward in its MotoGP revival by expanding to 4 bikes, bringing Jack Miller and Miguel Oliveira into the Pramac squad for 2025. With both riders boasting years of experience across multiple manufacturers, the move aims to strengthen Yamaha's presence on the grid. But with fewer than 10 Premier Class victories between them, can they help push the team back into contention? After a tough start to 2025 with a preseason injury, Fabio Di Giananntonio is ready to make his MotoGP return at this weekend's Thai Grand Prix. But with minimal track time on his new Ducati GP24, the Italian admits he's starting almost from zero. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. What initially seemed like a serious but manageable injury is now being described as one of the most complicated fractures a rider could suffer. Martín's medical report confirmed multiple fractures in his left wrist, including the radius, scaphoid, and other carpal bones, as well as a heel fracture. Surgery was performed on the radius and scaphoid, 2 crucial bones for wrist mobility. Dr. Carlos de la Vega, speaking on One by One with Manuel Pacino, explained the severity of the injury. There are 8 bones in the wrist, but the most delicate are those that connect to the thumb and forearm, the scaphoid, triquetrum, and radius. Martín has broken the end of the radius, the scaphoid, and another bone next to it. The scaphoid is the most difficult to heal. With his dominant hand compromised, Martín faces a difficult road to recovery. Surgery on Martín's wrist was far from routine. Dr. de la Vega highlighted the complexity of the procedure, involving tiny screws to stabilize the bones. Martín's injury is further complicated by the fact that his heel fracture is in the same area where he previously suffered an injury. Everything in the wrist is connected by ligaments. When the bones break, the ligaments often tear as well. The surgery is highly complex, and this area is crucial for movement, especially the thumb, which has the most mobility in the hand. The prognosis is reserved, and rehabilitation will be long and painful. His foot injury isn't as severe as the wrist, but he's fractured the calcaneus, the heel, again, in the same spot. That alone is extremely painful. The big question now: how long will Martín be sidelined? While there's no official recovery timeline yet, Dr. de la Vega believes the Asian and American rounds are almost certainly out of reach. Drawing from personal experience, de la Vega gave a stark comparison. Personally, I can't say anything definitive. MotoGP riders have an incredible ability to recover. But I think he will miss the upcoming races for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if his rehabilitation takes months. My son suffered a similar injury after being run over and needed 4 months to recover. I really hope Jorge's case is different, but it's a very tough situation. Jorge Martín's hopes of defending his MotoGP title have taken a massive hit, with experts predicting a long and difficult recovery. While MotoGP riders have shocked us before with their resilience, the reigning champion now faces the biggest challenge of his career. With his return date uncertain, Martín's absence could reshape the early championship battle. Stay tuned for updates. Jack Miller and Miguel Oliveira arrive at Pramac as 2 of the most seasoned riders in the MotoGP paddock. Miller, now entering his 11th season, has raced for Honda, Ducati, and KTM before making his switch to Yamaha. Oliveira, in his 7th year, has experience with KTM and Aprilia before joining the Japanese manufacturer. On paper, the two are evenly matched. However, preseason testing has indicated that Miller is adapting to the YZR-M1 more quickly. At Sepang, he was half a second faster than Oliveira, and he maintained a similar advantage in Buram. In fact, Miller came within just 0.031 seconds of factory rider Fabio Quartararo's best time. Yamaha's decision to sign Miller was met with some skepticism, but TNT Sports MotoGP presenter Neil Hodgson believes it was a smart move. Jack is one of the best test riders in MotoGP. Every team I've spoken to says the same thing. His feedback is always on point. Miller's ability to analyze changes without prior knowledge, so-called blind tests, makes him a valuable asset in Yamaha's ongoing development. His experience across multiple manufacturers allows him to provide unique insights that could help push the M1 forward. Hodgson also noted Miller's mentality, highlighting that he's on a one-year contract and will give it his all without dwelling on the future. If he doesn't get another contract, he won't be bitter. He's had a great career. And if MotoGP doesn't work out, World Superbikes would welcome him with open arms. Miller's arrival coincides with Yamaha's efforts to return to the front of the grid. Alongside fellow Japanese brand Honda, Yamaha has shown promising signs during pre-season testing, using its new concession advantages effectively. However, Hodgson remains cautious about their chances in 2025. While Yamaha and Honda have improved, Hodgson believes 2026 will be a more realistic target for serious title contention. They've made progress, but I don't see them leapfrogging KTM and Aprilia or challenging Ducati just yet. On a normal dry weekend, I can't see a Japanese manufacturer winning in 2025. Of course, mixed weather or flag-to-flag races could change things, but in a straight fight, they're not there yet. I hope I'm wrong. Yamaha's expansion and Miller's arrival signal the brand's determination to fight back in MotoGP. While immediate victories may be out of reach, the team is laying the groundwork for future success. With Miller's adaptability and testing skills, Pramac's Yamaha project could be a crucial step toward closing the gap to Ducati. But will it be enough to put them back in the winner's circle? Only time will tell. Gianantonio's season got off to a rough start when a wheelie went wrong during a practice start on the first day of Sepang testing, leaving him with a fractured collarbone. He had completed 49 laps and was 7th fastest before the crash forced him to miss the rest of testing, including the crucial Buram session. Despite the setback, the Italian is eager to get back on track. I am very happy to take this first flight to Thailand to start a new season. The recovery went well, I worked hard at home, and I feel ready to start. Before he can race, Giananntonio will need to pass a medical check at Buram. While Di Gia was sidelined, Ducati made a key decision. Marc Marquez, Francesco Bagnaia, and Giananntonio will all start the season using last year's GP24 engine, rather than a brand new GP25 power unit. Chassis and aerodynamics will also remain in GP24 specification, but for Di Gia, this is still an all-new machine after racing the GP23 last year. That means his first race weekend will also be his first real test on the bike. I look forward to restarting work with the team to get to know my new bike better. I'm ready and motivated, but we'll have to start almost from zero and understand many things. Giananntonio had a strong showing in Thailand last year, finishing 4th in wet conditions, his best result of the season. However, after that race, he withdrew from the final rounds to undergo surgery on the same left shoulder he injured at Sepang. While Di Gia returns from injury, his teammate Franco Morbidelli will make his official race debut for the VR46 squad at Buram. Riding the standard GP24 package, Morbidelli showed strong form in testing. He was fastest on the second day in Sepang and finished 7th overall at Buram. Excited for his new chapter with Valentino Rossi's team, Morbidelli is optimistic about the season opener. The Italian-Brazilian believes his preseason work will pay off this weekend. For sure, we will start with special energy, both for the positive tests we did and for the excitement of this new adventure. 2 weeks ago, on this track, we worked very well to get ready for the race. We are all very motivated for this first race, and we will try to do our maximum. As MotoGP heads to Thailand, Giananntonio faces a tough challenge, returning from injury while adapting to an unfamiliar bike. Meanwhile, Morbidelli aims to make a strong first impression with VR46. With Ducati sticking to its GP24 package, the weekend will be a crucial test for all riders as they begin the 2025 season. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you next time.